Hello guys, going to be breaking down the PrizePicks MLB slate for April 30th on a Saturday. So with baseball, there's always going to be early games for most days actually throughout the week, but especially on the weekend. So Saturday actually it's starting a little bit later than usual. Sometimes we have like 10 a.m. Pacific time games, but looking at the slate, so strikeouts, first inning runs, I'm not really liking any of these props. Like I think there are some that maybe are a little interesting, but just really I don't feel really that great about any of these. First inning runs, same thing. Like baseball right now, it's like kind of like the dead ball era. That's what people are calling it because teams just aren't really scoring much. The ball is just dying when they're hit really hard off the bat. So I don't know, what baseball's going to do about that, but you would think that that's going to lead to a lot of unders on these first inning runs. I always lean towards the under, but somehow, it feels like teams are just scoring anyway in the first inning. So I'm not really liking any of these because if you look at all the pitchers, all the games today, like they're really not any gas cans. Like these are all some pretty quality pitchers. Like I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these guys had good games. So not really liking any of strikeouts, first inning runs, and also about the pitchers. Just that leads into all these other categories like hitting. Not really a lot of props that I'm liking, but still there are some that stand out. So first one's gonna be pitching outs. Garrett Cole over 17.5 pitching outs here. So I think he can at least go 6 innings, and that is why I think this is just a little low. Garrett Cole hasn't been the same since MLB had that ban on foreign substances. And he struggled in his first 3 starts this season, but it seems like he figured something out last time. He pitched really well against the Guardians, though. Again, that is the Guardians, so not the toughest matchup out there. But Kansas City, they're also really not that strong of a hitting team. They don't have Alberto Mondesi anymore, so that kind of sucks because he hasn't really been good. He unfortunately blew out his knee, so that's going to be one. Maybe they replace him with someone who doesn't strike out as much, so maybe longer at bats or something. But I think Cole, he just has a pretty long leash, so I think he can definitely get through 6. Even though Kansas City doesn't strike out a ton against righties, they have a very low, near the bottom 5 in the league of WRC plus. So I think Cole can at least go 6 here, so I like him. And then for the hitting props, so for fantasy scores, one of them is going to be Raphael Devers. So the Red Sox here, they're going to be facing off against Spencer Watkins. He hasn't really been that great so far in the majors, and the Sox do have a healthy 4.9 run total right now. Probably can go above 5. Devers, he actually was hitting cleanup, which I'm not sure how I feel about that because maybe there's going to be more run scoring opportunities, or rather RBI opportunities, but he's going to hit a little bit lower, which, of course we want guys that hit high in the order to get another at bat. But I think this matchup, Baltimore, he's a lefty, so even though Baltimore adjusted their left field fences, it's not going to probably affect Devers since he's swinging from the left side. So Devers 7.5, I think that's pretty good. And then we're going to go to cores. So we're going to start off CJ Cron, 7.5. And then also the other one's going to be Charlie Blackmon, 7.5. So both of these guys I think are really good. Just your typical cores atmosphere. Like you're going to have most likely a very high scoring game. The Rockies were able to put up 10 runs against Hunter Green. So I think against Connor Overton, not as skilled of a pitcher. Like the Reds, they're probably again, like their bullpen, they're really not that great. So I think core 69 degrees is really not that bad for a cores game in April. And 6.2 run total, highest of the slate. You're gonna see most likely Charlie Blackmon, CJ Cron doing a lot of being very involved in the scoring here. So I really like them at 7.5. You compare them to some of these other guys like that have 7.5 projections. I just think with cores that just makes both of these guys so much better. So really like those two. And then we're going to go to the last game, which is going to be the Dodgers. So Mookie Betts at 7.5. I think this one looks really good. you can definitely look to Trey Turner at 0.5, Freddie Freeman 7.5, because they are going up against probably I don't know if you want to call it the easiest matchup, but the Detroit Tigers, like, they're probably going to lose this game. Clayton Kershaw on the mound here. Tigers also, their bullpen, very suspect. They haven't really been like awful this year as a team, but I just don't think this is really a good spot to be a pitcher for Detroit here. 5.4 run total. Dodgers at home. Wind blowing slightly out 70 degrees. Like, Dodgers are going to score runs here. You can probably pick any of these 3 Dodgers to go over. I would say that someone's going to go over for sure. You can definitely stack it just because of how baseball works. So I like these guys. Betts, Turner, they definitely give you some stolen base upside, especially Trey Turner. So I do like the Dodgers quite a bit here. Betts leading off, of course. So think, just any of these Dodgers props, they look all pretty good. And then we're going to go to runs and RBIs. So there are a few props here. The first one's going to be another one that I talked about that's available today. So Trevor Story, 0.5 runs and RBIs. Again, the Red Sox, they do have a pretty solid run total here, and Trevor Story should be able to bat leadoff again. So that's going to be very good for his chances of scoring a run. And then the next one's going to be Willy Adames. I think I prefer him over McCutchen because Adames is just, I would say, at this point in their career, is the better hitter. McCutchen, he hits lefties pretty well. Justin Steele on the mound, a lefty for Chicago, but Justin Steele is not someone that goes deep. So you're probably seeing, at most 2 at-bats for these Brewers against Steele. And at that point, you're going to go most likely seeing a lot of righties after. So that's definitely not a concern for me. That's why I'm going to side with Adames, the more probably talented hitter of the bunch. I think Adames hits right behind McCutchen, So, and also the rain, they can just close the roof. So wind also not going to be a factor there. 4.3 run total, totally fine here. You're going to see most likely the top half of this order doing the scoring here because that bottom half just really doesn't look that great. So I like Adames for the over here. And then the last one's going to be DJ Mayhew. So another prop that's still available. That was yesterday. 0.5 runs and RBIs over on this one against Carlos Hernandez of the Royals. So DJ Mayhew, he has been batting leadoff. The Yankees have been swinging the bats really well recently. And as a leadoff guy, DJ just gets on base. He hits for a high average typically. And with a bunch of sluggers behind him, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, these guys are a threat to swing for the fences in any at-bat against any pitcher. And you have a lot of power right behind him that can just hit a homer, drive him in. So DJ, just an excellent spot leading off for a very dangerous offensive team here. So I really like DJ as the over. I think he's probably going to be my favorite run plus RBIs props. And Story being the second one, Adames third. But I think overall in the slate, the best prop is going to be Garrett Cole over 7.5 pitching outs. So that's going to be the breakdown. Not a lot of props for today. Hopefully there are some easier matchups that we can capitalize on Sunday. So going to be hopefully bringing you a video with more props for that tomorrow. So if you are playing any of these props, good luck with them. Enjoy the weekend, of course, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.